98, 99, 100. Oh, hey guys. This is your guide on how to get shredded in 4 weeks. Your summer shred guide. Burn fat and get ripped. Now, before we get started, I do have a confession. Honestly, I'm out of shape. You know, I know how to get in shape. If you're anything like me, you know how to get in shape, but staying in shape can be a little more tricky. And to be completely honest with you, I've been on I was on TRT for almost 3 years. I took a couple months off here and there, and you know, it's been about 3 to 4 months now, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, but mostly energy-wise and motivation. Especially as I wait for my balls to turn back on. Because you know, when you take TRT, your testosterone gets suppressed, your natural production, and so it takes a little bit of time for your body to restart. And to top it off, I just got back from Puerto Rico! Dude, I had a great time. I had such a good time. In fact, I gained 7 pounds. And if you're anything like me trying to lose weight, you can oftentimes get very demoralized and nothing works. But I promise you, you follow this exact plan, you're gonna get results. You're gonna get lean. And brother, stay tuned because you'll be seeing the results as I get them. So we're doing this together. Now, the very first step is to calculate your calories and your macros. This is crucial because without tracking this, without calculating this, you're flying blind. And if you're not tracking, you're guessing. And I don't think you wanna go through 4 weeks of something, putting in all this effort, flying blind, you know, not guaranteeing your results. So a very simple method that I like to use and what I use now is you find your target body weight and you multiply that by 10. For me, that's like 205 pounds, 200 pounds. And so I'm eating at 2,000 calories or 2,005 calories. So set it to that. Now for macros, because this is huge, right? If you only account for calories, you lose the weight, right? But macros really help you maximize the journey, makes the journey the easiest, and it ensures that you have the best physique at the end of it. Because you're eating the right amount of fats, carbs, and proteins, you're gonna maintain your hormonal function, you're gonna optimize for energy, and you're gonna optimize for retaining muscle while you're cutting. If you eat too much of this or not enough of that, you're gonna pay for it one way or another. So for your macro split, what you will do is set your calories to 35% of your calories going to protein, 40 to 45% going to carbs, and the rest to fat, which will be 20 to 25% to fat. And the reason why I have those ranges is because we're all different, we're all individuals. Some people do better on a little bit lower fat versus, a little bit lower fat or a little bit more fat, or a little bit lower carbs, a little higher carbs. Me, I do better closer to 25% fat. Otherwise, you run into the negative side effects, putting your fat too low, you know, bad mood, brain fog, just feeling bleh, and it's not fun, to be honest. Plus, you start lowering your fats low enough. I forgot, I want to say it's omega-3s. Your omega-3s tank too much, and you start getting cracks in your skin, which is what I was getting a lot whenever I was sticking to 20%. So everybody's different. Just keep that in mind. Now, full transparency, I'm actually gonna be tweaking this strategy. I'm gonna be doing it myself, but I'm gonna be using this tweaked version. And what I'm gonna do, shout out to Brandon Carter for this idea, is do keto for my cut. Why keto? Because keto, it's innately appetite suppressing. As you have all this fat is very satiating, and your protein's gonna be lower, but when you're doing the keto diet, it's hard to overeat. Not to mention, especially as you get used to it and your body gets into ketosis, your cravings go down. Your energy's optimized. You don't have the insulin, you know, the ebbs and flows of energy. You know, you're not gonna get that crash after lunch. And it's kind of cool because you can be more productive since you have more consistent energy. Not to mention your brain runs on ketones and you just feel sharper. You get this like cognitive kind of boost. And I don't know if I mentioned this already, but cravings, you'll reduce your cravings. And that's huge because as you're typically, you know, when you're eating carbs, fats, and proteins, and more so with carbs, to be honest, especially in a diet as you're eating these carbs. Cravings, man, cravings can become crazy. Your appetite just goes ham, and it takes so much mental discipline to manage that. And there's other tools too you can use, but the idea that's been imparted to me is that it's a lot easier to manage those with keto. And I've done carnivore before. I didn't track, I didn't do it very well. I mean, I had great results and the cravings were down at first. So I'm excited to try it. And that's what I'm gonna be doing. And if you want to do that with me, what you can do is keep your same calories, to your target body weight calories, but set your macro split to 5% going to carbs, 20 to 25% protein, and then 70 to 75% going to fat. And what that will do is put you in ketosis and optimize for retaining muscle. And I know what you're thinking, your protein's way lower, but there's actually this effect when you're doing the ketogenic diet that it's protein sparing. Your protein's way lower than what you'd think you would need, but because of your body getting into ketosis, it actually preserves a lot more muscle tissue. Your muscle protein synthesis goes up. And just, if you don't believe me, just look into the science of it. That's why you don't turn into I don't know, man. We're gonna find out together. Now, step 3, and definitely one of the most important steps here, is to train hard. You wanna maintain the muscle so you like the way you look at the end of the cut. So you need to train hard, you need to train well. Now, how are you gonna train? Do 3 total body workouts a week. And what they found in some studies, and if you ask about it, I'll show you. I can't remember it off the top of my head, probably should have for this video. Anyways, is that when people, especially natural people who aren't on tests or anything, when they trained total body workouts, it maximized their muscle protein synthesis. So they built more muscle that way in comparison to your push-pull legs or your body part split. For people who are natural, because you're able to have a higher volume, you're able to do more sets per muscle group. And then I want to say it has something to do with the body, just because you're hitting it every 24 to 48 hours. Every 36 to 48 hours, you're able to, something happens to the body, you boost muscle protein synthesis. Muscle protein synthesis. And guess what? Don't worry, because if you've never done total body workouts and you don't know where to start, book a call with me, drop a comment. I'll get you hooked up with my free total body workout plan. It's a 4-week program that you can use. For these 4 weeks, what do you know? I've been giving it away to my loyal followers and people who really need it. Here to help. Now, your next step is that you want to move more. You want to aim for 10 to 15,000 steps, at least 10,000 steps daily. Believe it or not, this is an extremely effective way to burn more calories without really trying. It's not going to stimulate your nervous system a whole lot. You can do it even after you hit legs. And 10,000 steps burns on average 500 calories. So you're doing that on top of the deficit you're in, on top of the workouts. You're going to be doing good, all right? Your cardio does not have to suck. Just get your steps in, have some fun, go to a park, walk downtown, and go to a music festival. Just don't drink. You walk a lot. And cardio doesn't have to suck. So just call a friend, have some fun, dude. Play some pickleball. I don't know, play some basketball and get those steps in. It accelerates the process, and it makes losing weight so much easier. Side note on that, personally, when I was very focused on hitting my steps consistently in conjunction with my diet, in my already deficit with the working out, it was weird. It just fell off. It really accelerated the fat loss of everything. And I believe 10 to 14 days from actually doing this exact plan, minus the keto, but aiming for 20,000 steps. Some days I wouldn't always be able to hit it, but 15 to 20,000 steps on average in conjunction with my total body workouts. I lost 1% of body fat, like 5 pounds in 2 weeks. So it was pretty good. Now this next step is so that your one off day of you overeating, eating that ice cream, too much ice cream, or slacking off, so that one bad day doesn't erase the rest of your days. And what is it? You need to track everything. You need to track your calories in, your calories out, and then also how many calories you're burning, right? So first off, with the calories in, calories out, MyFitnessPal. That's how you're gonna track everything. Get you a food scale. You can get one $5 to $10, $5, $10 on Amazon. It'll show up your day in 2 days. Go to Walmart, wherever. Get you a food scale so you can actually weigh your food, figure out how much everything is, and then download MyFitnessPal. It's for free, and there's other food tracking apps if you don't like that app. But MyFitnessPal simplifies everything. It makes it so easy. You literally just search the food. It's there. If you eat any major name brand food or any major restaurant, it will have that food there. Now, you get some chicken, some rice, whatever. You just weigh your chicken, weigh your rice, enter, search rice, change the serving size to match what you just ate. It does it for you, tracks it for you. Get in there, you can set your calories to what your goal calories are, and it'll measure your progress for you. So you don't have to do it yourself. Because back in the day, you'd have to have a big ass book and memorize all the calories to everything and input it yourself. It's so easy. I'm in the top, I was in the top like 10% of users, 5% of users, but now I'm in the top 44% because I went to Puerto Rico. Hey! Now the next part, I mentioned tracking how many calories you burn, all right? So you'll have your spreadsheet. You have a little Microsoft spreadsheet. Maybe you can use Google Sheets too. It's too easy. It's too easy, man. It's too easy, all right? But you have your calories in and your calories out. Your calories in, you'll have one column, calories in, how many calories you ate for the day, right? Calories out or calories burned, you can label it that way. And that's how many, you're gonna calculate how many calories you burned from your steps and your workout, all right? Now, if you don't know how to do that, typically 10,000 steps is 500 calories, so you can do the math from that. But what I like to do, is you input all your information into ChatGPT, your height, weight, approximate body fat percentage, and it matters, okay? Enter that in and then describe your workout. Maybe you copy and paste your whole workout into it and you ask ChatGPT, hey, how many calories do I burn doing this workout? Voila, now you know how many calories you burnt for that workout every time. So every day you do that, it's minus 500 calories to say that's how much it was. And then, so you have that for your workouts, you know how many calories you burn for your workouts. Then for your steps, just have ChatGPT with that same information calculate how many calories you burn per 1,000 steps. Now, it's too easy, it's just simple math. You got 8,000 steps, 8 times the calories for the 1,000 step burn. Boom, now you can track that, now you can stay on track with your fat loss. It's a strategy that I've implemented when I did lose the 5 pounds in like 2 weeks, 10 days, whatever. And it helped. It was pretty nice. And it helps you stay on track because that one cheat day, that one day you fuck up and get all you can eat sushi, like I've done it before, it cancels out several of your days. And then you're in this perpetual cutting thing and you want to be on point. You want to at least know the damage you did, Now this next step is actually pretty exciting. It's something new and it's something that I've been utilizing lately and it's really helped me, right? And it's for supplements. Now, when you're cutting, especially aggressively, your appetite's gonna be going crazy. Keto will help, but if you're not doing that, or if you are doing that, this will help too. I don't get paid for this at all. It's a strategy that I learned of. Shout out to Brandon Carter, popular fitness YouTuber here. But it's ketone aids. Oh, it's ketone esters, right? Tastes like ass. It doesn't taste good. But what it is it's a ketone ester. You take it and basically it gives your body usable ketones. So your body runs on that, right? And it's also appetite suppressing. It's energizing. You can take it before your workout in the morning if you're fasted, and it'll give you energy for your whole workout. Each serving is 12 calories. It's negligible, but the energy you get from it, I say, is worth more than 12 calories. It's strange. And it's gonna help suppress your appetite and help you push through that cardio, get those 20,000 steps, even when you're in a deficit, when you don't have much energy, all right? So it'll really help you push yourself and suppress your appetite, especially when you're burnt out. Now, the next part, this one, do take with a grain of salt, do at your own expense, all right? It's called Broncaid. It's got ephedra in it. Basically, you're gonna wanna take ephedra. Why ephedra? Because it's potent, man. It suppresses your appetite very, very well. Very well. And you can get Broncaid by going to Walgreens or CVS Pharmacy and asking for it, but you gotta go to the counter, the pharmacy counter, and ask for it. They gotta take a picture of your ID because there are limitations on it. You can't buy this over the counter anymore. So this right here, personally speaking, it was very effective suppressing my appetite. And it's also energizing, and you wanna take that with 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine. That stack historically has been studied and really supports what's called lipolysis, the breakdown of fat from your body to energy. And so it's gonna help boost your metabolism 5 to 10%, is what the studies say, because caffeine and ephedra work synergistically to do that. So you wanna do your Broncaid, one pill, 25 milligrams, roughly 12 to 25, go at your own tolerance, do what works for you, but you take that with 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine. It works synergistically to suppress your appetite, boost your metabolism. So whatever you're doing, you're gonna burn an extra 5 to 10% calories on it. And I think I already said it, but suppress your appetite. It's worked for me. It really helped me push myself in conjunction with these ketone esters for that 2-week cut. That isn't necessary. You can grind on it. You can just suck it up and suck up the hunger and do it. You don't need this, but I found this very helpful and has made it so much easier. It's game changing, honestly, but go at your own risk and you will develop a tolerance to the ephedra. So keep that in mind. You need to cycle it. Now, this next step goes without saying. You need to sleep and you need to hydrate. You need to recover well, okay? There's a study done where they had two groups, Group A and Group B. Group A and Group B both have the same calories, the same deficit, the same workout program. The only difference was that Group A had more sleep, or had between 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and Group B had 5 to 6 hours of sleep, something like that. And what they found at the end of their cut, at the end of their diet, at the end of the study, of them tracking their progress to see who would lose more fat and muscle, et cetera, was that the people in Group A with more sleep lost more fat than muscle, whereas the people in Group B who had less than 5-6 hours of sleep lost more muscle than fat. Go look it up yourself and think about it, man. So if you're sleeping, you're maintaining testosterone, you're allowing your nervous system to reset, you're aiding the recovery, you're helping your body do what it needs to do what it wants to do. And if you're sleeping poorly, you're going to be increasing cortisol, you're going to be struggling with cravings, you're going to feel like crap too. You're going to want to fall out, man. You're going to be more impulsive. Studies show that when you don't get good sleep, when you're sleep deprived, you end up with more cravings, you're more sleep deprived, you have more cravings, and you're also more impulsive. So it's going to be harder to stick to this whole process and stay locked in for these 4 weeks if you're not sleeping well. Your body's just not going to respond as much. It's not going to retain as much muscle, and you're not going to burn the fat as fast. So make sure you sleep. Don't sleep on sleeping. Make sure you sleep. Now, honestly, this last step should probably be step 1. Commit for 4 weeks. Just lock in. This is your life. You could be someone totally different at the end of this. You could have all the momentum in the world and this program that you can follow longer than 4 weeks, probably closer to 6 to 8. You really push it. You have all this momentum built going for you that's going to carry you into finishing that fat loss. If you just need to lose, 5 to 10 pounds, this is probably great for you. But just commit, lock in. This is your life. You're doing something amazing for yourself. No plan B. Just lock in. Just take action every single day. If you fail one day, just make it up the next. Don't let any failure stop you. Just keep going. And as you keep following this process, it's going to get easier. You're going to be more locked in. You're going to be more disciplined. You're going to be more consistent. And perhaps maybe you don't hit everything, 100% at first. By week 4, you're going to be a hell of a lot closer to hitting everything 100% than you were at day 1. And if you can, though, go all the way in, do all the steps, and watch the magic unfold. Watch the fat fall. Watch your body transform. Watch your mind transform and that character build. So that's it with this video. If you got value from it, if you liked what I was saying, if you found it helpful, like, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know. And if this is something that you want help with, book a call with me using the Calorie link in the description or my bio. We'll hop on a call and we'll see what's going on with you, see how we can overcome it. And I'll leave you with a free 4-week program as well, so that if nothing else, at least you have something to walk away with to jumpstart your gains. And it's total body workout. It's perfect for this. So like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.